On the night of August 26, Tropical Storm Erica pounded Dominica, dumping 13 inches of rain on the island over 12 hours. As the sun rose on the morning of the next day, residents began to see the true impact of the storm. Dominica is known as the land of 365 rivers, and it would appear that every one of those rivers burst their banks, resulting in rock and landslides that destroyed homes, bridges, and other key infrastructure, while claiming 35 lives. While a few communities were cut off from the rest of the island, nowhere was the destruction and death toll as grave as the southeastern village of Petite Savanne. Not only has the community been declared a disaster area, but authorities say there is no returning home for the residents, as Petite Savanne is no longer fit for living. 20 residents have been listed as presumed dead and 5 bodies recovered. 23-year-old Jason Bedminster helped to save the lives of his neighbors whose home was partially covered by a massive landslide. In a community cut off from the rest of the island, he also helped to dig shallow graves and covered the dead, among them his 17-year-old best friend.
I myself had to pass a message to my father because in doing all that I also found out that my uncle was dead. He got killed in the same avalanche that came down. That's when it blew up the distillery, the Petite Savanne cooperative, right? Yeah, I mean, that's what took most of the life that was around there, around the area. I think it took about 6 or 7 lives around that same area, yeah. But we only found 5 bodies, we found 4 in this area. Yeah, but the rest, the river looked like God take them and go, so.
The community of Petite Savanne was at the heart of Dominica's bay oil industry, with many residents employed at the bay oil distillery. One resident recalls hearing a loud explosion and watching in horror as the decades-old plant exploded and was swept away by raging floodwaters.
And we just see smoke go up and leaves go up. And we just see the whole place so go down. But it didn't come so on us. It goes so. If it had come so, I wouldn't be there with you today.
Residents lost their homes, gardens, farmlands, and an entire village. But it is the loss of life, family, friends, church members that is the hardest to come to terms with. Fabian Fontaine lost 9 family members to Tropical Storm Erica, including his mother, father, sister, brother, and 2 uncles. He too was almost swept away by the flood as he dodged falling rocks.
It was like a nightmare. It was like a dream that I couldn't be awake from, because I just saw my brother just died. And then I couldn't explain it to anyone, because it was like, that's the first time these things happened to me in my life. To see the amount of slides and the amount of rain, the strength of the river, the current of it, and I couldn't understand myself. But when this incident happened, actually I hurried home to tell my mom about what happened. But eventually, they were not there. But the homes was crushed, including the homes of my brothers and my aunt and my father.
Residents of the village have been evacuated and many are taking refuge in a shelter. The government is searching for a suitable location for them to start over. After so much loss of life, property, and community, they say their only wish is that they can once again be together as one people.